I realize if I'm, like, after I come back from break or something, I quickly, like, if I pressed a button to swap from the intermission screen to the main screen, and I start doing some stuff right away, where there's gameplay popping, or if I go through a loading screen, and then if I quickly Alt-Tab after that to go click on the unmute button, it typically crashes the thing. And the times that I unmute before entering back are fine. It's just whenever I hop back and forth between these screens, it could crash it, especially if I'm in the middle of something crazy. What I'm doing here is I am going to be fighting Varshan initially, and all the rest of the bosses. Okay, I'm listing this party in the party finder. I have a build here, and it's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, guys. It's not like I'm not using quill volley. Just act like that quill volley shot build doesn't exist. My build's about high mobility, grouping enemies up together, awesome crowd control. They're all vulnerable, crowd controlled, grouped up, awesomeness. You know? Like that. And I'm doing, you know, high millions and billions. High millions and billions. The overall goal for this stream is to get a bunch of materials. Fail. 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Yeah. Rutabaga. Yeah. Get him. Now somebody else would do it. 1, 2, 3, and boom. Damage. Getting the stuff. So I'll be doing a bunch of, well, I've been doing a bunch of Tree of Whispers activities out there in the field. Getting random bundled herbs for incense. Some of my builds require it. Okay. Just a bunch of stuff. Oh, I'm already full. I'll wait one more rotation. Going back to town right now. Please. Yeah. Bunch of stuff from my other characters. I get XP in the process as well. And I'm getting the reward from the Tree of Whispers, and I'm letting my other characters open it up because it'll be for their class. You know what I mean? Very cool. I'm gonna break this stuff down first. I don't have the time or the inclination. You know? And what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to farm for a bunch of mythics to serve as resplendent spark so that my other characters can then craft a class-specific potential mythic. Sort of like how my mage made a class-specific something or other. I made something. Ring or something. I don't know. I made something. It's amazing. Let somebody else do it. Get some distance going. Yep. A new character can use a mythic item at level 35. That's factor 1. Awesome. you can use the unique items at level 60. And it's not that hard to get to level 60. And so you can have maybe a god roll 4-star item with really good rolls and everything on standby. And then give it to some other guy. You know what I mean? Beyond that, there is the Tree of Whispers that, well, sorry, there's Opals. Opals are a currency that you use at the mystery vendor, where you can choose a slot like the head or torso, legs or boots or rings, amulet, you know, the whole thing. And you get a random item. It could be any rarity. I don't think it could be mythic, but it can be unique. And it could be a 4-star, I think, in theory. It could be. Normally I would be selling this stuff. But there's a system over here at the blacksmith that I'll show you, because I'm here anyways. Right over here, you see you can craft a blacksmith dash-a. It costs 1,000,000, but it also costs 200 rawhide, iron chunk, veiled crystal, you know, and then 5 forgotten soul. It's rather expensive, but if you're super duper insanely rich, it's not. You make 33 at a time. It costs several thousand of the raw materials, and so forth and so on. So normally whenever I'm playing the game, I use the material opal, the green one, to increase the drop rate of the bundled herbs, but also the rawhide and veiled crystal and the chunks of ore. You go around, you farm a bunch of stuff, and you break down everything at a certain point. Now normally during these boss fights, I sell everything. You tag things as junk, you walk on over, and you hit a single button, you sell everything. And every rotation that you go back to the vendor, you get about 5 million gold, and that adds up over time. So the whole gold factor isn't really an issue in the creation of those legendaries. It just takes a long time to get the materials unless you're really dedicated and focused. You make 33 items to fill up your inventory, you know. That's the equivalent of like hours of gameplay. I don't know. Just for the equivalent, it costs 200 rawhide to make an item, let's just say, and 200 iron ore. But to break down a chest, like a torso piece, to break down a torso, you only get 1. Or legendary. If you break down a legendary, you only get 1 rawhide. Or iron chunk, depending on the item type. 1. Plus the veiled crystal and whatever else. You know what I mean. All that stuff. Only get 1. The mythic, sorry, the unique items give you 3. So 3 rawhide. Ooh. It's worth between 100 and 150,000 gold. For these items right here, you know? They're not really worth their value in material. Like this is 154,000. This is 184,000, so whatever. You know, some amount of money, but a lot. It's worth more in gold versus 3 rawhide. Even though, when you're first playing the game from scratch, to be able to do to be able to modify a legendary item, like add a socket or re-roll it or whatever, masterwork it, eventually it's going to start to require these special materials that you could only get by breaking down legendary items or by going down to the Helltide or getting lucky from a chest or something, you know? Really lucky. We're killing a ton of elites. Maybe. Maybe they might drop it more often in the Helltide, you know. But you can only get it by breaking down legendaries. But after breaking down thousands and thousands of legendaries, you end up with a lot. And typically you don't need the legendary material as much as the basic stuff. Yeah, now, whenever you're doing stuff, you need the basic stuff more than the expensive stuff by quite a bit. Like most operations, a little bit is like 200 rawhide, 200 iron chunk, and so forth.
Beware the envious, my friend.
Fine indeed.
And so forth. So you have to go out there and do some stuff. Basically, I'm trying to say with this endgame situation, right now I'm trying to farm for mythic, mythic uniques, the purple items, to break them down for resplendent sparks, so that my other characters, my other classes, can then craft their own. And after mentioning that, I'm talking about that there's this other system to get items. Besides that, and it involves getting a massive quantity of rawhide and iron chunk and all the other really cool stuff. And normally, I would be breaking everything down, but these items are worth more in their gold versus the material, because you need so much. I was trying to establish that it's not really fair how much it costs to craft a legendary item. 200 rawhide, 200 iron chunk, and any given item has between 1 and 5. With 5 being the blue item. The lowest tier item has the most amount of basic material. It goes 5 for rare. I guess not the lowest. There's something below rare. 5 for magic, the blue stuff, you know? I guess there's something below blue tier. I'll show you right now. I'll show you right now. Legendary item will only have 1. The unique will only have 3. This is a unique item. That was 30.
What's left, you ask?
Okay. Well, I'm wrong about that. No. I have to recalculate my flimflams. That wasn't 3. That was 30. Maybe because it was the greater affix item. I don't know. I could have sworn it. It was 1 and 1 and 1 and then 3, you know? Like the blue items give you 5, the yellow items give you 1, the orange items give you 1, and the unique items give you 3. But it's 30. I gotta check. It could be a level thing. Maybe the ancestral. Maybe because that was an ancestral. That's probably it. The item level 800 gives you 30, and the item level 750 gives you 3. That's crazy. Well, 30's kind of worth it. 3 is not worth it, you know? 30's questionable. And out. Is questionable. Alright, so I'll do a test. Guess we're done. I'll do a test here. But anyways, I have to do a bunch of stuff across the map and just loot everything. And when I'm out there in the field, I don't even worry about anything. I break down everything. But during boss fights, because we get so many of these items that are worth a lot of money, it's better just to sell it all, you know? And then break down everything else. Like when you do the when you exchange the Opals for random items at the purveyor and your inventory fills up with stuff, you break down all of that, even if it does contain yeah, sorry. Person was writing something. Anyways, this right here would probably be a lot. I'll go ahead and do it once. It gives me how much? You see that entire stack of all that stuff was only 42 rawhide and only 36 iron chunk. That's why I was confused that one item had 30 flim-flam in it. So, check this out. This is a legendary. It should have 1 rawhide. You see, 1 rawhide, 1 veiled crystal, because all items from rare and above have a veiled crystal. Alright? And then this coiling ward, which is for armor. And then jewelry. It's going to be iron chunk. It says 3 iron chunk. Okay? It's a unique item, so it's 3. And then 3 veiled crystal. And then 3 abstruse sigils, which is for jewelry and weapons. You see, that's iron chunk and abstruse sigils versus rawhide. 3, 3, and 3. That's what I'm saying. It's so I guess and ancestral items have 30. They're worth 10 times as much, apparently, which is crazy. And material versus gold. So they are worth selling. Oh, sorry, they are worth breaking down. Because they're only worth a little bit more in gold. Like double, if anything. Or, you know. This one over here is ancestral, 800. This one over here is 750. That one's worth 101. This one's worth 90. That's not some crazy difference. Let's see if I have any. I can probably break down some ancestral thing. Let's break down. Probably have something I can destroy. How about you? Yes, you. So this item right here should have 30. Right now it's worth 172. You see, that's not even worth twice as much. Not even worth twice as much. Okay? Same item level. It's the same thing. Comparing, same thing here. So this right here is 90. This right here is 172. So it's just under half, or double. But when I break it down, you're saying 30. Okay, so ancestrals are worth 30. I guess we gotta break everything down then. That's sort of worth it. However, running a bunch of boss fights in a row, you get a lot of money. So, I tried for a while not selling anything, just to see how much money I got through other means, and you get a lot of money. And it increases the overall value of money. I think I want to go back to breaking everything. But that's actually worth it. It's worth 3 times as much. Or 10 times as much. And those unique items are actually rather common. They're very common. I'm going down to Gregory now. The unique items that are worth 100,000 up, or between 90 apparently, up to almost 200,000 from garbage. Very quickly you get millions. You know what I mean? Those items are very common when you farm bosses. Really quickly. Really quickly. Annoyingly so. You get so many items and you break them all down, or you sell them. In this case, I have over 1 billion gold. I have 1.4 billion gold. Now what I can do is I can I can sell items. Let's list a party, and I'm doing Grigori. List a party. All right. I can sell items until I hit 1.5 billion again. And at that point, I'm not gonna sell anymore. 1.5 will be my cutoff. Okay, here we go. Look, we got a full party. Oh yeah. Now, I don't want to die in there. I actually might die. I don't have my incense. Oh no. For full incense in the, for full resistances in this build, I require the incense. That's why I was farming earlier, hence the title of the stream. But I felt like doing a boss rotation because it's been a second, and I'm trying to get some resplendent sparks for my future characters. I just made a barbarian. I was trying to avoid leaping, and whirlwinding. Have a whole lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, so I'm going to sell everything until I get 1.5 billion again. It's kind of annoying. That poison field. I go next. So I'm gonna sell everything. Me. Yeah. Me. That little green field is certainly ugly. I hate when people throw their stuff on the ground. Yay. Trying to go for these sparks. So, somebody posted something in the Diablo 4 community on Facebook. No, X.
Fine indeed.
I meant to mark those.
Shine on, my friend.
And they were complaining about how often mythics drop. Yeah, no. And then somebody else was complaining about how items aren't rare. Which one is it? Are items not rare, or are they too rare? And if you want them to drop all the time, all of a sudden, it won't be special anymore. I was getting my engine rolling up. There it is. You gotta mark everything as junk in between the rounds. I guess my life is okay. I guess. Yeah. Getting lots of stuff. So I learned that item level 800 items have 30 just now. That's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. I was doing my assessment earlier. 30's not that bad. You know, you can rather quickly get 200 from that. It requires 200 to make a legendary item. Very quickly. Oh. I'm full. I didn't mean to go like that. This is how you do the thing. We're doing this for some resplendent sparks, okay? And then I'll be going back out to the field for the fun stuff. All the fun stuff, you know?
There's
Field's
power in
wonderful for field farming.
Come have a wine indeed.
Okay, I'm trying to get back up to 450 million. I ate into my pal, making a bunch of random stuff earlier, doing a bunch of re-rolls and so forth when I was working with my 2 new classes. I was at 1.6 billion. And this is without trading to people, you know? Yeah, baby.
Like a true warrior.
Like a true warrior. I'm at 1.469 million. And, or billion, sorry. 469 million with a big one in the front. We're trying to get to 450. Yeah. Every time I go back, it's about 5 million, I'm pretty sure. My calculations, on average, roughly 5 million gold. You'll see, I'm at 1.470 million. Billion. Billion. Oh, snap. Several 2 stars here. Oh man. Sorry. Down after. Are those good items or bad items? Whatever. Yeah. Billion. But I'm getting some gold from those kills. Right now I'm at 1.472. Now I'm at 1.477. Told you it's about 5 million. So every 2 rotations is 10. There you go. A few more. A few more. Oh yeah. Come on down and enjoy the ride. Your goal is to get into Torment 4 in this game, so that you could then hop on some public group like this where somebody's paying for it the whole time without worrying about who's paying for it next. I went next, now it's your turn. Just do it. You know, first come, first serve. Now in this case, some people are actively trying to farm 1 second. They're trying to farm this boss because he drops boss summoning materials for Duriel. You know? They're just trying to process their living steel into the shards of agony. We're at 1.478 out of 1.5. Repeating, of course. You should totally join the Diablo. Oh boy. Yeah. Yes. Yoo-hoo! Oh yeah. You gotta do it. I'm at 1.48 and now I'm at 1.485. Oh yeah. Gotta build my empire back. Just 3 more rotations. I'm at Mm-hmm. 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 Whee! Oh yes, a hippity hop kind of thing. Oh my goodness. Oh snap. All according to plan. All according to plan. With my super unique build of Yore. Oh no. I will save you. It's my only job. There ain't killing stuff. Let's trying to farm up to 1.5 billion. And just trying to get some random sparks. Randomized sparkage. I'm gonna drop a free opal in the corner. Did I drop a free opal for the people? Am I out of opals? Oh no. Here's my last equipment opal. I have to do more Realmwaker. Oh, whoops. I went too fast. I went too far. There it is. Beautiful. And again, and again, and again, and again. Just a couple more rotations. Everybody has living steel, you know? Because the Helltide is the thing that you do when you're playing the game up to a certain point. It's a thing to do. It's a great way to get a bunch of grim favors for the Tree of Whispers. And there's people there. You can farm some XP with the Blood Maiden. But there's other better ways once you dig deeper. Aw, snap. It's Diablo. I only have 39 or whatever left. There's always room for Jello. Where is my item? This loot table is amazing. Maybe if I put this on Torment 4 and joined a full team and then use the equipment opal, that might help. Oh, whoops. That's what I'm doing right now. Maybe. Oh no! Oh no! Sorry guys. I'm gonna go eat. Goodbye.
Bye.
I have to eat now. Alright. I'm at 1.497. You see how it's not that bad? Now, if I didn't do this right now, and it didn't take up that much time, yay. But that's it. Goodbye now. Uh-oh, I guess we're doing it again. No mythics. You know what? That's it. I made it to 1.5 billion. I can now officially sell or break down everything. Because now the gold isn't as much of a concern. Alright, bye-bye now. Bye-bye now. Alright. Boom, 1.5 billion gold. Gold. And now everything will be destroyed. Just screws. Echo? Alrighty then. I need to go do a Realmwaker. In 3 something odd minutos. Por favor. Yep. Because I need more equipment opals for future boss fighting. And I'm running very low on materials. And that's sort of the whole point of this stream. I guess I can detour from the... let's go ahead and swap out this equipment opal for the material opal. And I can begin doing the harvest once more. Whoa, look at that malignant dude. He's all messed up with the... This whole zone's messed up. We have 3 minutes until it starts. These sand dunes are so barren. Okay. Yes, harvest. I'll be breaking down everything. So right now I'm at 1.503 billion gold. Let's see how quickly I get more gold, huh? How quickly will I get gold naturally? Just killing some time here. My companion is not working. He's not marking targets as he should. Place feels more barren than it actually is. Looking for some plants and stuff. Got some rawhide in that box. We have 2 minutes until the thing begins, and there's a seller here. They'll probably fix my companion. Hi there everybody, and welcome to the rest of your life. Figuring out this endgame thing. It's really cool. Once you get one character up there pretty high, you then make other characters. And as you level up their glyphs, you're getting more XP, so it's not as monotonous. And then you really start to need more materials, because there's ways to quickly get a bunch of gear if you want to skip the entire crazy process. Let's just imagine that you're super duper rich, you've been playing for a while, and you say, today is day 1185 and I want to make a rogue. Okay. Let's just imagine the eternal side where you're super duper duper rich. Want to make a new character, okay? And well, not the eternal side. Let's just say the it's more applicable in this scenario for the seasonal, because in seasonal you have to unlock new aspects, and that's a big part of gameplay. And certain aspects for legendary gear, chanting and so forth, it's only class-based. So if you want the rogue stuff, you have to play as a rogue and then hope that the thing drops and hope that it gets better and better and better as better versions drop. You keep on breaking them down. The aspect improves over time until it's max level, and that takes a certain amount of time. You know? You need access to a ton of class-specific gear that drops. You're doing a bunch of stuff. You know? So you have the Tree of Whispers, where you spend Opals that can be harvested from other characters. You have the reinforcement system, where the reinforcements my companions. As I play and get XP, they're getting XP too. Whenever they level up, after level 10, they give me these pale coins, which are used as a form of currency. At their own little vendor, I can buy stuff from them and get aspects if I need them, or to fill in the spot. But then another way I discovered, or I didn't discover it, I found it out a long time ago by looking at the darn thing. But I've been using it recently. It's at the blacksmith. You can create a blacksmith cache box with a random single piece of gear inside, and it's legendary or higher. I don't know if it can be mythic, but it can be unique, and it can be ancestral, and it can have a greater affix. And if you craft 33 at a time, so that's how many slots are in your inventory, then you'll probably get something, you know. But that is expensive and requires a bunch of basic materials. So that's great, because that gives me a lot of gameplay. Now I have to farm the game with my fastest character that can kill as many things as possible to get random goodies. To get the goodies, you gotta kill a bunch of stuff. But in reality, it's the elites. The elites can drop gear, but they can drop gem fragments or crafting material, like rawhide, iron ore, veiled crystal. I think they can even drop the abstruse sigils and whatever else the heck it's called. The weird stuff. All the stuff, you know? Of course, boss summoning parts and everything. And of course, breaking down legendary items or above. Come on. Come on. Come on. Was that worth it? Maybe. Gotta catch up. Yeah. So it's all about, well, really, I'm trying to get a bunch of these opals whenever possible from the Realmwaker. There's different varieties, like material, equipment, pocketable, gold. The opal gives you 15% extra XP. Wait. And increases the drop rate of a specific kind of material, like the stuff I just mentioned. So if you use the material opal, the enemies are more likely to drop bundled herbs and the rawhide and the veiled crystals and all the other stuff that I said I was farming for. It increases that. if I'm doing a boss, I want to use the equipment opal. You know? The socketable opal for the gem fragments and runes. That's pretty good. And it's the rare one. It's the super rare one. I'll explain how it works in just a second once we get there, if you've never seen it before. So, what just happened was, I was in this map here, and we were escorting some weird boss creature. At the end of his little route, he stopped, and we killed him, and he became a portal. And now we're in the portal right now, the Seething Realm. This little dungeon thing. Alright. Look at all that stuff he dropped. Ooh-wee. And in here, there's a few more chests. It's a really small dungeon. And then halfway through the dungeon, we have this portal, the Realm Gate, where you can decide what you want. What sort of opal you want. And here we have the Torment Challenge opal is the purple one. It increases the drop rate, or makes the enemies drop, boss summoning parts. And Infernal Compasses to do the Infernal Horde. And then gold, equipment, and materials. The fifth one isn't visible here because, like I said, it's super rare. You know? If you see it, you gotta do it. They'll say socketable. I'm going for equipment because I ran out of my extras. And I like to have the equipment opal active whenever I do the boss. The boss farming to increase the drops from the boss. You get the mythics. Sometimes, well, for a while I was using the gold version. I was trying to, like right now, basically, gold is valid. It's a valid thing to go for, even though it's pretty much all about the herb, or all about the green version, the material version. I really need the bundled herbs for incense. Some of my builds require the different incense buffs. There's 3 different incense buffs you can have at the same time. Some of my builds require the incense buffs to be complete, either for armor or resistances, or all stats. In the Paragon board, some of your rare nodes require a threshold of that to become activated with it, an additional bonus. As you can see right here, it says bonus, another 25% vulnerable damage if the requirements are met, 435 strength. You know, stuff like that. Over here it says you need 530 intelligence and you get 20% additional non-physical damage on top of whatever the rare node says. So that's why you want gear that says all stats. You know? Some of these good items, like this Andariel's Visage mythic item and this Shroud of False Death mythic item, both say like 272 all stats. You know? If you don't have that, then you need the incense. My point is that the bundled herbs are pretty important for endgame flim flamming to complete the build for resistance or whatever. And if you don't need anything, just utilizing the incense for the XP buff alone is 8%, pretty sure. Having any incense, it doesn't stack with itself with the XP, but it's, 8% on top of the elixir, on top of the opal. That's all pretty good. Opal is 15%. Okay. All pretty good. But you're able to stack a bunch of stats with your incense, with main stat, and then with plus to all stats, and then another one that does plus to all stats but not as much, and then another one that does a primary stat. So that's a whole lot of extra stats. I think it's 65 of one specific stat if you have all 3 stacked up. That's a lot. But the stats do stuff, you know. Strength is armor, intelligence is resist all, willpower is mana regen, and you know, or resource regen. Yep, and dexterity is dodge chance and critical hit chance. Dodge and critical strike chance, you know what I mean? Everything kind of goes up a little bit. It's just one additional method to fine-tune. But it's important, basically. And the incenses cost a lot to craft. It costs like 100, 200, 100 bundled herbs plus some other stuff. Well, that's a lot. Okay, now that we're done with that, look at all these Tree of Whispers activities. Let's do this right here. That looks so good. Let's go straight to the Blood Maiden. I'll be focusing on the Tree of Whispers while I'm here. And I'm not going to be opening up the reward box from the Tree of Whispers. I'll be giving it to my other characters. You know how that works. Okay, the elixir is worn off. I'm using a health elixir. Okay, let's hurry up. Yep, there's several Whispers activities here with Grim Favors. That's going to bounce on through, no big deal. Alright. All these chests and stuff, they have good stuff. Look at that, 2 iron chunks. Whatever. You get so many materials. So, the argument can be made both ways. Some people say, I'd rather break everything down because you can just get the gold from the field. But you could also get the materials from the field. You get quite a bit. Sometimes a box has a lot inside, or the end of a cellar or event, you get a bunch of different materials, and the Tree of Whispers gives you a bunch of materials. You know? But really the argument is you are able to give somebody gold, but you can't give them rawhide and iron chunk. See? Here's my materials. I can't pull the materials out. I can only craft with it, you know? Which means an illegitimate player is able to purchase gold from a third-party website, but they can't purchase material. So that becomes the bottleneck. You have to actually play the game. But if you're playing the game, you can choose what you want to do because the different incomes are about equal. I sort of tested this. Because sometimes you need a bunch of gold. So you have to sell for a little while. At first, you need to break down everything, necessarily, because you have no materials. And every time that you break down a new legendary, you unlock the aspect for that. And every time that you scrap a better version of that same legendary, you unlock a better version of the aspect until it's all the way leveled up. For example, some of my aspects aren't even maxed out. This says your eagle skills have between a 25 and 32% chance to spawn a storm feather. Mine says 30, so it could be better. Probably one more rank. And I'll have to find another item that is slightly better than this one. But it's random, you see? So that's just one more dice roll. My point is that you have to break down items for a long time because everything is a new item. Like everything is an upgrade, so you have to break it all down. Also, whenever you break down items the first time you're playing, new items are cosmetics. So if you have some weapon or a piece of armor, when you salvage it, you unlock a cosmetic for it, so you can customize how your character looks. It's really cool. But the game makes it really easy to identify whether or not there's a new aspect upgrade or a new cosmetic upgrade Okay? There's a little icon next to the item indicating that you don't have this cosmetic yet. You don't have, or there's an upgrade. It's a grayish icon in the corner indicating that it's a upgrade for the aspect, and an orangey icon in the corner indicating that there's a new cosmetic. Yeah, no. But the Tree of Whispers is full. I'll go ahead and do this one time. Well, let me go back to the Tree of Whispers first, because there might be some sort of bonus killing these guys. Be a waste of time not to. But what I'm saying is, at first you have to break down everything to build up your stockpile of materials, so the future when you masterwork gear, it requires many upgrade rolls, and every upgrade roll requires more and more and more material.
It is done.
You don't want to have to, enter some grind where you're forced to grind because you don't have anything. And you're at a bottleneck. You want to sort of preload, so you always have stuff before you need stuff. You know, even though it's nice to need things because it increases the value of gameplay. I'm now officially breaking everything down. Okay? Because these baleful fragments and the abstruse sigils really are, and the clothing ward, they really are kind of rare. It's just they aren't used in as many things like I've established. Here, I'll show you. Let me pull some random item out, and I will upgrade it, and I'll show you how much things cost. So for tempering, this is free, right? Do anything? Look, it's not free. It costs 40, 15, 2, and 1. A ratio of 40 to 2 for tempering. And then for masterworking, once I temper it, let's do anything. Then for the second line, same thing. It costs 2 coiling wards, right? And then 1 forgotten soul. And you see, the forgotten soul is normally a major bottleneck, and you have 0 of them if you don't do the Helltide, sort of, or other activities, because they're only found in those boxes that you open up in the Helltide, or the Infernal Horde, or the Undercity, or the Raid, but not through other gameplay. You might get it from a Treasure Goblin, you might get it from the Tree of Whispers, maybe, I don't know. But you have to do the Helltide. So at first you have 0 of these, and the gameplay directs you in that direction. But after doing it for a long time, you end up with a lot. I only have 32,000 compared to 240,000, but that's about the right ratio if you think about it. This is a 40 to 1 ratio. But you see, so I need more rawhide. I'd like to be at 999,000, where I'm forced to use this stuff. But anyways, let's just do anything. Boom. Okay, now I'll show you how much it costs to masterwork. It costs 40 rawhide, 20 veiled crystals, 5 coiling wards, and 2 forgotten souls for this first rank. Now it's 3 forgotten souls. It's 50, 25, 6, and 3. Now 60, 30, 7, and 3. 80, 40, 10, and 5. 90, 45, 11, and 6. 150, 12, and 7. 110, 55, 13, 8. And then finally, for this item, it costs more and more. It's so many upgrade rolls, 12 times, you know? It adds up. It's hundreds, and now I'm all out of Obducite, just showing you some garbage. That's amazing that I'm out of Obducite, actually. I was just showing you something. This starts to cost more and more and more Obducite. At this rank, it costs 900. See? It eventually costs 2,500 to rank up this thing from 11 to 12. This was just a throwaway item just to show you. You get the Obducite from Nightmare Dungeons and from the Horde. If you want a big chunk, you do the Horde. If you want casual income, you do a bunch of dungeons because there's other stuff in dungeons. Okay? Yeah. And I guess you could do the Undercity. But you see, there's so much gameplay. I had to explain that stuff to you. The value of materials, you see? Alright, let me spawn this lady one more time. We have half an hour left here in the Helltide. Other players should show up. Oh, wait. Oh, did I cancel it by walking away? I think I did. Maybe. Or did I only put one heart inside? Whatever. Time to butthead. Yep, I have to top off my incense. Without dying. Oh no, I have to get more incense. I could avoid it, but I'm sort of fragile. My resistances aren't all the way up. All those gems. Oh boy. And then, oh no, hopscotch, up and over the hazard. Thank you. Hey there, Harbinger. How's it going there, pal? Okay, so now, two more Harbingers. Start opening up these boxes. I have not enough. There's not enough Tree of Whispers activities here, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna curve back around. Trying to multitask here. Let's hurry up. I can get all these goodies going. See this hell vein. All these creatures here. Just gotta do it a lot until you have all the stuff. Because in theory, you can just, if you have all the materials in the world, you can just keep crafting items at the blacksmith. I don't know if there's mythics, probably not. But maybe. I don't know. It's better than the purveyor, but it's more expensive. To a point just beyond practicality. Yeah. Over here. Right over there. I got the stuff. Shazam. I don't want the conduit shrine. It's the worst. Messes up my flow. More plants. Yes, sir. Yes. There's a harbinger here for the Tree of Whispers. And then one more. So satisfying. I need all the stuff. Okay, someone's fighting the boss. I'll go there with them, huh? I'm doing it with them. Yeah, buddy. Might be a harbinger coming. Yay. I love this build so much. Tell you what, look at this. And now they're frenzied. Let's go. I'll do one more. I'll let that person pay if they want to. I'll go this way. Alright, I'm heading down to the mystery box of mysteries. Oh, they're still coming in. More harbingers and more living steel. Abstruse sigils. Look at all those coiling wards. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. What does the Hellborn have, huh? Nothing. That's cool. Alright, we're going back through to this cave where the mystery box is. I kept looping through here because I wasn't ready yet. Yeah. I wonder if you can move between classes and have the vendors stay. It's a big chunk of XP in these things. That was 200,000 right there, but I do get XP all the time. 1.5 million still. I think I spent some demonstrating earlier. And now I have an increased reason to do more Nightmare Dungeons. Well, either way, before I do the pitch, I like to do a nice rotation of Nightmare Dungeons. To hope for an XP buff. Alright, let's go all the way down for this other box. We need more than that. Almost. Big guy. It says elite. More gems for me. Another elite with the veiled crystal. Treasure goblin with the good stuff. Okay. There's all the good stuff. Oh yeah, look at all those materials. Speaking of materials that just wore off. Here we go. Hell vein. Going down. With the flow. Galavine. yeah. Let's go down the coast. Alright, there's a jewelry box over here. Yep, that's where I'm going. That's where we're going. Get this plant as I go. Thank you, plant. Let's hurry up. Got about 20 minutes. Oh, there's a Realmwaker coming. Oh, I gotta do that. I gotta do the Realmwaker. Going right now. It takes priority along with the Three Whispers. Right now. Oh, I like how Subo got all the aggro. You can... Yeah, it's starting now. Thank you for the plants. Alright, what do we got? Ooh, greed. I currently have 1.511 million gold. Are you a treasure goblin? Yes, you are. Get back here. Come on. Ugh. Dang it. Oh, there's all the plants around. Oh yeah. So in World of Warcraft, at a certain point there was a sundering where the whole map changed and it introduced flying mechanics for mounts and everything because you had to fly to get across certain zones. So it created a natural boundary because the map restricted your movement in that direction. I could imagine this game having that. You just have a big old fissure that you can't walk across, but you can fly across. Or something. It's kind of weird with this camera angle and everything. Maybe when you're... Oh, maybe if you're in a flying mount, the camera zooms out. That'd be kind of cool. Camera zooms out a little bit. Not that much. Sometimes the camera zooms out during a boss fight. Like that. There it is. That was that 1.511 billion. Oh boy. Here you go. 923 billion gold. I need all these elites. Get us to the end. There's one. There's two. There's three. How come my feathers aren't appearing? Sometimes my little spirit feathers don't work. Alright. All done. A hollow tree stump. Alright, I'm going for another equipment. Opal. Thank you for the gold. Materials. This build's all about killing everything, and it's easy because I can group everything up. There's no weird stragglers. Or not that many. Alright, equipment. I already have a few of the material versions. You have to follow me. I implore. Whatever billion. I saw it. It did, I saw the damage. Helps if I point at an enemy when I jump through walls. You know? Alright. Let's go over here. Looking for the shrine as well. Yeah. But I think there's maintenance at like 10 a.m. And we have until that time for the extra XP buff. 35%. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. Awesome. Well, Uh-oh. Not today, pal. Hand over the goods. We go back. Breaking down everything.
See some steel you need? What? I'll keep my floor hot. Return soon.
Check out this box.
I forge more than horseshoes and nails. What'd you need?
Okay, so now what do we have? We have a means to an end. Maybe I can do the Undercity. There's different versions of the Undercity. Some of them are good. And it's worth Tree of Whispers. Just one time. Or Grim Favor. box is full again.
Been fighting hard?
Or hardly fighting. I'll put the equipment thing away. Very nice. I'm just going with health and material. Sure, all of them? Why not? I have 12 equipment. That's a lot. And what do we have? Summoning items. Summoning items. Refinement for masterworking materials. I can try out this mythic thing. I have 5. Let's try it out. It's a there's a possibility. If I was doing that, I would use a different opal. I would use the equipment opal. Okay, this is runes. Runes. Masterworking materials. Alright, let's do that. I don't know if it's better or worse if I do it alone. Okay, well, I'll be back. Let's just hope it doesn't crash. Like it's been crashing. If I do it the wrong way, then I'll hit the unmute button before I come back. Yeah, that's the scene.